All right, check, check. Let's jump right into it. First, we'll watch this clip all the way through. All right, some nice plays in there. So, what can we learn from this? All right, let's take it back to the top. All right, stop right here. Like, what do I notice? Corey just went down. He's at the shopping cart. Okay. Look, there's a red dot right beside him. Okay. Push it forward. See, now I can see two dots, so I know that there's one person right here at the cart, plus I can see this guy. All right. Both of these guys are shooting at Corey right now, and he's down. And what the fuck is Wes doing here? You know, look at Wes. I mean, he's targeting this vehicle. You know, there's no way that you can't hear all of this gunfight, this gunfire going on right behind you. You know, so like immediately, like, you know, even if you already had the RPG and you're like, oh, there's a vehicle, and maybe you didn't see all of this shit wasn't going on yet. As soon as like you hear the gunshots and stuff going on right behind you, Corey says he's down. I mean, immediately, like, you should have put this RPG away and been figuring out how to, you know, counteract this problem. I mean, look how exposed you are to this guy. I mean, luckily, he's worried about thirsting Corey here, which is a bad play. You know, he should be already shooting at me and you, but he doesn't. You know, so what do? You know, what is my play? I'm pushing up. I was plating as I was running, so I'm coming from back here. Looks like even though I only have a little bit of damage, I go for a plate here, which is I don't think a good plate. You know, like I already heard gunfire before I even started putting that plate on, and I mean we're talking about this much health. You know, that's not a good plate right there. I push in. Notice this cover. Notice I'm using this tall piece of the wood right here as I run up. Boom, boom. Because I know I'm in this plate animation. I don't have my gun up. So it's like I've been able to scope the scene. But I also know there's a guy right on the other side of this wall from me. You know, so as soon as I get my gun up, I decide, all right, I'm going to try to throw a... yeah, what I decide is I'm going to try to throw the Simtex at this guy. And then loop around and flank into this dude. Okay, loop around this wall and come back in, hoping that Simtex has him busy or makes him have to jump down or, you know, go inside of the bunker there. But I get lucky, bink, and as soon as I see this guy coming over, you know, I decide, oh, you know what? Time to hit him with the Simtex, you know. So that was kind of a happy accident, maybe. But he's now stuck. So I know as soon as I see that, as soon as I get this plus 28 XP, I know that he's now stuck. And I mean, unless he's got EOD on, he's dead. And, you know, we're this early. Well, we're not early in the match. So he probably does have a loadout. But, you know, everybody's not running EOD. And if he was already hurt, he'd be dead as well. So he's stuck. So I know I don't have to worry about him. So now I'm running and focusing on that guy that was over here. And then I get lucky that he makes a bad play and jumps, you know, right in here. Boom, boom. Take him out. Boom, boom. See, you know, at this point, you know, I'm I'm assuming that Wes was, you know, he had just gone down here, so I'm assuming that he was right behind me. I thought he was engaged in this fight, but as I was running up, I didn't realize that he was just dealing with a complete separate team over here and getting his ass run over. So I think those are my points on that clip. All right, let's go to the next clip.
Pushing up. All right. There he is. There he is. Mark him. I'm down.
Coming, Wes, where you at? Wes?
I'm just now coming back. Oh, he's right there.
Oh, this pussy nigga got me.
Getting up, Wes. He's getting up. Oh, it's right here. Fuck, get him. Get him. There's 3 of them in there. Don't push. Yeah, they left. They're fighting.
All right, so much going on there. So it's and I know it's kind of harder to follow because of there's some jumps in the time, unfortunately. But let's just start it from the top. So I'm already here giving verbal cues, like I'm pushing up the stairs. Okay, obviously we knew there was a team in here. All right, boom. Like, look, notice right here. All right, as I round the corner, boom. There's 2 guys, 1 and 2. This is a bad spot. So, how do I handle this? Like, obviously, I don't want them both to be able to shoot me, so I'm going to try to break the line of sight on one of these guys, right? I could have pushed to the right, okay, and broke the line of sight on this guy, but notice that I have a bigger distance between the 2 of us, and I'm rocking a shotgun. Right, so it makes more sense to try to push this guy on the left. So by breaking his line of sight, and I have the option to hide right here for a split second if necessary. So I, getting shot, decide to push this guy. Boom. Notice I'm doing exactly what I just said. I'm taking a shot and then using this cover, right, to kind of just regain just a second. Using this door to push through as I'm shooting. Right. Boom. Now that was a risky play. I mean, like look at my health. I mean, it's hard to see under there, but I mean it's low. Like when I'm sitting right here, I mean, look at this. There's no health. I have no plates. But I know that like this other guy that was over here, he could be pushing in behind me. I mean, that's what he should be doing, is looping around in behind me. So if I don't get in through this door, I'm just gonna be sandwiched between the 2 of them, and I'm dead meat. So here's where I ego challenge, push through, boom, boom, knock him down. Now notice, I waste 0 time. I for one, I'm out of ammo. I could run up to him and, try to melee him to death, but I mean, I'm worried that other guy is running around behind me right now. And, I think that, Corey should have been coming up the steps behind me, and I think he was, but I don't know that I was sure of that in the moment. So, I mean, notice I waste 0 time with this guy. I'm immediately beelining out of this window.
There he is. There he is. Mark him.
All right, bam. Now I have no health right now. I've got 2 plates in inventory. I've got 1 bullet. Now, what's more important, that I have a freaking gun or that I have some plates? Like, I mean, I can't kill anybody unless they're right in my face with 1 bullet. So it's much more important that I start getting some ammo into this gun. Is much more important than the plates. Not to mention, like, I'm already going to be getting this health back, regenerating on its own, so I can kind of be doing 2 birds with 1 stone, getting a little bit of health, also reloading, and then doing the plates, which I think gets cut out, right? So I obviously hold right here for just a second, just to get these 2 plates on, finish loading up, because now I'm coming in. I've got my 2 plates on. I've got 5 bullets in. I think that this gun holds more than 5 bullets. I'm pretty sure. So like that means I didn't even take the time to reload the gun all the way, because like I already heard Corey say that he was down. I know that he's down in here. Like, my number 1 concern right now is get in here, try to save Corey. And also I can see Wes just went down right here. So I come in.
Wes, where you at? Wes.
All right, I start to go for the revive, but I see a guy. Now, I mean, I could have tried to stay here while he loops around, but I mean, look at how little health Corey has, right? So it's not like I have a lot of time, but I decide if I go down and try to revive Corey right here, it's just too likely he either comes back this way or comes around this way and just kills both of us. So I decide I got to chase him. Boom. Now, I would not normally finish him here, but he's like blocking the doorway. It's hard to jump over them. I don't even think you can jump over them. So I come in here. I just melee him real quick. Boom. Corey's still got a sliver of health left. Boom. Run over. All right, now start reviving. As I'm reviving, notice how I'm clearing this room. I'm looking left, I'm looking right. All right, it just jumped forward again. I can tell that I must have let go of Corey right here, and then Corey must have crawled over to this bathroom. I've repositioned. Wes has now had time to drop back into the game. Now he just got shot in the back. Now that scares the shit out of me. No, he's not. I'm sorry. He's not getting shot in the back. Okay, just ooh, look at that blood. So he's getting shot, right? And right here, like this is obviously very risky. I remember thinking, like God, but it's like I'm so close to finishing the revive. I'm also thinking that I've got this bathroom right here that as soon as I revive him, I can get in there. So I'm right here. I'm deciding, okay, let me just finish this revive. I'm hoping that both me and Corey will have time to duck into this bathroom and, reassess. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen because as soon as Corey gets up, he gets taken out. No fault of his own. That guy pushed in. Now, notice here I am again. I have no health. I mean, like, literally, I'm looking like, a fourth of a bar, down there. I've got one bullet. Okay, but I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, I've got two teammates down. All right. I mean, I can see up here. Like, I don't know how many guys are in here, but like we've been doing work with these guys, and my number one concern right now is like I want to get my team up. I want to save my team. I mean, and that so even though I've got one bullet, I come in there, take that one shot, immediately fall back to reload. All right. Now notice as I'm reloading, I'm just staying right here. Like I'm not freaking dipping out the window. I'm just like, and I'm trying to use my line of sight to kind of make sure that nobody's pushing me right here. And it wasn't until Corey was like, until I got the cue from my team to, go ahead and get the hell out of here. Like there's three guys in the room. You're not gonna do it with no plates and 8 bullets. Even if I am loaded up.
There's 3 of them in there. Don't push. Stay alive. They're fighting.
All right. Next.
We're getting this loadout.
All right, just a couple things here. All right, I've obviously just dropped in. All I have is a pistol. It looks like Wes is somewhere in upper second story of the cells. I'm just running in, and oh gosh, here's a guy in the back. Now all I got is my pistol, but I mean, and I'm happy to get his gun, so I'm taking this fight. Luckily, he sucks. All right. Now notice I'm shooting this guy. Now I'm trying not to push into the cells because I don't know what the hell's all in there, right? I mean, I feel pretty confident that this little room that I'm standing in is pretty clear. So like, I don't want to push out, right? I down this guy. Actually, I didn't even get the down. I got robbed. But then I have this guy. Luckily, because I didn't push in, I'm able to use this wall. Now I only have 2 bullets. Sorry, let's see that again. All right, what I like there is that I want to show that 2 things. Like, one, notice how he's got me in his sights. He's shooting at me right here. Boom, like I am dead. I should be dead. Like this is it. Like there's no way I should survive this. But like I immediately instead of just like stopping this reload and starting to shoot at him, like that would be a death sentence. Like there's no way you're gonna win that fight. So what do? Instead, I sprint forward with a jumping motion, and completely break this line of fire, and especially because he's hard scoping, all right, which makes it slow to turn, and watch how I just move right by him. Even getting a few shots in and taking some armor off of this guy. Boom, boom. running up the steps. I'm scared as hell. There's a little jump there, but I just ran up the steps, and then I just left this in for style points. But there is one other thing though, is notice how much I'm shooting from the hip, and then I'll pop it up and aim every now and then, but I'm shooting from the hip a lot. All right, and like this is good with your pistol work because it's letting me like stay nimble, stay moving, and we're so close that if I'm hard scoping, I'm not gonna be able to pan with him, so you have to be. When you're close, I don't care what gun you have, if it's a pistol, if it's a shotgun, if it's your M16. I mean, anything other than, I guess maybe a sniper rifle or something. And even that, I don't know. It's like you should be using a lot of hip fire. And that's what allows me to, even though I have no plates, I'm going to guess that guy had 2 plates because he just dropped in.
We're getting this loadout?
No problem. Now, what do I do here? I don't even know, unfortunately, because it doesn't go on. Since I didn't have the clip of me going back and finishing that guy, that leads me to believe I did not even go back to finish him. I just jumped over the wall here because, I have no plates. There was that guy that I was already shooting at the bottom that could have been coming up the stairs after me. I don't know if they're on the same team or different teams, but if I run in there to try to down that guy, to thirst that guy, I easily could be getting killed there, So it's like, instead, like, what's more important, man? It's way more important that I just focus on getting to this loadout, trying to get to my team, and thirsting a fucking kill right there. That's just sloppy. Next clip. This one jumps around a little bit too. Jump.
Hey, there's a dude right here on me. Help! I'm down.
All right, lots of learnable stuff here as well, and some mistakes on my behalf, at least one that I can see. So it starts out, I'm running. Now, I think that this is the same guy Corey was shooting. No, because Corey is right here, looking this way. Notice Wes is over here at the buy, and he's got some static coming from construction room. So this guy's like in a crossfire. He's running at me. He's unfortunate for him that I shoot. All right, now notice right here. This is important. Like, this is called a head glitch, which, like, anytime you can take advantage of this, it kind of sucks. Like, this wall is so tall that, like, I can't really shoot people that are in the tents running around ground level, but there is a guy here, and it's called a head glitch because, like, the only thing visible to anybody on the other side of this wall is just the top of my head, and it's extremely hard to hit, but I'm able to shoot. So I see this see that hopefully easy kill. Wasn't able to finish it. Now, what happened was I jump over this wall, and I'm planning to go finish that guy, because I broke his armor. I'm plated up. I'm ready. And, mistake number one, like, I should have already popped this dead silence. Like, if you have a dead silence in your pocket and you're in static, you fucking pop the dead silence. Like, I had time to do it. Like use these, like every tool available to you at the time, like, use it. I had a dead silence. Like, that would have been, super helpful. So I'm running over here to thirst this guy when all of a sudden I get shot. Okay, now I don't know who shot me right there. I really don't. But I just know that I'm immediately now ducking and sliding. I am immediately like, boom, notice me sliding. That's the slide canceled. Like, not only did it allow me to lower my profile to kind of hide behind this wall, but I pop right back up and I'm running. Boom. Now, as I clear this tent, I notice another shot. That's not the same person that shot me the first time. Okay, this is the arrow still from that first shot. Boom, boom. You can see it rotating, right? There it is. There it is. As you move, it rotates with you, right? Boom, boom, boom. But then another one comes in right here, right? And I can also hear it, and I know that they're like really close. So I assume that they're running up this tent right behind me, right? They're running up like right in between here. Okay. Boom, boom. Now two choices. I could do the obvious choice, which is like what most people I think would do. It's like as soon as I take those shots, I just continue running this way. Maybe run over here, like loop into this tent. I think that would probably be the most obvious play. Like just run in here, loop into this tent, or run into here and kind of go into that tent. But these guys are on the house. Like that's who shot me the first time. They were on the house, obviously on the roof. So it's like if I'm not kind of behind this tent, like as soon as you run over into here, like they're gonna be able to finish me, and I'm not doing great. I've got very little plate left. And I know that this dude is running. He's point blank range. So it's like I also know that if I come up here, turn around, I've got a shotgun, so I should be able to outbeast him at point blank range. And it's very likely that once I clear his vision and I just turn around and jump back out, that I'm catching him off guard. And like this is a play that I use over and over and over again, and it works so well. Boom. All right, now what could I have done better though as well? Like what I should have done is when I hit this corner, I should have sprinted and either slide canceled around or done a jump. I think a jump would have been even better. I should have gotten some momentum moving this way. So like literally turn. See, I'm already like pre-aiming this corner. Instead, I should have aimed over here, ran as fast as I could, jumped before I cleared the tent, and then while I'm in the air, whip it to the left, and then be beaming this dude. But that would have been a better play, right? That's how you take this play and like make it even more pro. All right. But I just come out, catch him, and just like I expected, I'm catching him off guard. Like he's just not expecting me to be there. Boom, boom, down him. I don't bother to get all of his shit. He had all kinds of shit there. Precision airstrike, everything, like all kinds of stuff that I wanted. I'm not stopping right here. Not when all of this shit is going on. I have no health. Look at my health. I literally have like 0.2 health. Okay. Like I'm not just going to stay here, where everybody, all of these red dots around me know that I'm here, like actually I have a silent shotgun, so I'm not popping up on the mini map, and that's another pro tip. If I would have really been noticing that, it might have been more safe to just lay down right here and plate up. But generally speaking, like I don't like that. Like try to get away from just like laying down, like especially like right where you just killed somebody. So yeah, regardless of the silencer, like his team has a death marker on him right here. So if they're expecting somebody to be here. So like it's just not a good play to lay down and plate here. Instead, I whip it around this corner.
There's a dude right here on me. Help, I'm down.
Another good point is notice how I break his line of fire. He's firing at somebody. As soon as I come around, I don't just stand right here and shoot and make it a lot easier for him to whip it to me, or I'm jumping right past his line of fire, right, and I'm getting past that to finish him off. Okay. Now I down him. Notice again, I don't go for the melee right here because I'm out of ammo. I'm out of health. Like it's much more important that I get gun and ammo into my gun first, then get at least a plate or two in, and then thirst him. Don't just immediately be going for the thirst, right? Instead, I come over here. Now, mistake. I go for the plate first over the gun, and maybe I didn't realize I only had one shot left, if that's the case, mistake. Also, mistake number 2, I pick up right here I pick up a thermite. I'm sorry. I thought that I already had the thermite, so no, never mind. But if I did already have the thermite, I do. Look, see, notice I have a thermite. Okay, sorry, I have a thermite. So as I down this dude, what I should have done right here, the reason I'm not seeing it is because I'm plating. But what I should have done right here is before plating, I should have thrown that thermite at the door right there, and that just helps buy me some time to reload, get the armor on. And again, I should have been reloading before putting the armor. Next clip. This one jumps a little bit too.
Oh, he fucking. Okay. Right here on me. Throwing a grenade at the stairs. Revive. Okay. Here, he's coming downstairs. He's right here behind me. He's coming down.
All right, lots of stuff here. All right, start from the top. All right, so for one, all right, it looks like me, you, and Corey are all in this house, bottom floor, okay? But we hear footsteps. I know they're upstairs, all right? I peek this corner. Who do I see? Ugly fucking skull face, all right? Notice the movements here. That like this shotgun, it's 2 shots and then reload. So it's boom, 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 right? So if what you want to do is do exactly this. Is like I see him, I take 2 shots, I then strafe left to use this wall as cover, and while it's cocking the gun again, and then strafe back right, and then shoot. All right, so that I do that every time with my shotguns, guys. Like if there's a wall, if there's something available, any of the pump shotguns, like I'm doing this exact movement all the time, and it fucking wrecks. Boom, boom, cover, boom, boom. Okay, mistake. I'm thirsty for this guy. All right, and now as I'm getting shot, obviously there's another people up there. In fact, we already kind of would have assumed from the footsteps there was multiple people up there. So I think that, now granted, after I've taken this dude down, I have full health pretty much, or I did until this other guy shoots me. But he does have the height advantage, and I was thinking, I guess I was going to just try to ego challenge this motherfucker because I've got a shotgun, and if I feel like if he's coming, towards the door and I'm going up the door, then like I'm probably going to win that fight. In hindsight, like as soon as I down that guy, right here, as soon as I down him, I should have wasted 0 time, okay? I should have backtracked down the stairs, okay? I should have jumped out of this window that's right over here, and then looped around the house, came up through the front door, and then, because he's just going to be, the guy, that second dude, he's going to be holding this door. He might kind of push in, or he's going to think he hurt me, and he might run back down it. But no matter what, like, by just staying here in the same spot, once I down that guy, I'm just making it easy for him. I should have immediately just hit a flank. All right, so take him down. I get down. All right, I'm giving y'all calls outs. I think that there's 2 more guys up there in addition to the one that's down. But I could, I come down. I immediately go for a selfie. All right, I'm self and revive. All right, I make it. I get the self revive. I was right here. Okay, so then I ran up and got into this corner. This is an awesome little corner to do your plating and your reloading, because there's this window right here that they can come in, but when they do, like, you will catch them off guard because they'll often be like exactly like how Wes is looking right now. They're going to come in here or come in there and go that way, one of those two. And either way, I mean, I'm going to wreck them. So really, and then by looking this way, it allows me to see if anybody comes in through this window, and it allows me to see if anybody comes around this way. And I can react accordingly. If somebody comes into this window and I have a shotgun up or I'm in the middle of a plate animation, I can beeline it this way, right? And I can beeline it this way, go through that window, and then come back behind these guys, right? And it's like if somebody comes in this way, I have the option of beelining it that way and doing the same thing, or beeline that way and do my move where I 180 spin and then catch them off guard by jumping back out. It's like, this is a good spot because I have so many little avenues I can take. So no matter where anybody comes from, it's like I've got options. Okay. So I'm sitting here. Exactly that happens where a guy jumps in from the corner. Boom, boom. Take him out. Easy peasy. Just like I said, finish him. Now, I noticed Corey's got a selfie. I'm gonna reach down there and tap him, but like I don't need to jump down off of this awesome spot, you know, and especially if that's a thermite going off right there. Like I don't need to jump in there. I just need to wait for that last little slither of health and go tap him. And until that happens, I'm gonna stay here in my perch where I have all my options.
Throwing a grenade at the stairs.
All right, now I just heard Wes say he's throwing a grenade upstairs, so he's obviously giving us a cue that there's people upstairs. Now I'm going in to finish the tap for Corey, just like I said, but I'm completely aware that there's people upstairs. So I get the tap. All right, now immediately as soon as I tap Corey, I'm running around trying to save Wes because Wes is down. So I'm running around. I know, and Wes just gave me the call out. Great call out. He's in the stairs. Same thing. Boom, boom. I would have done my same little jiggles, but he was dead on the first get go. Now I learned my lesson because we were just here, just in this exact position 2 seconds ago, doing the same thing, right? So it's like I down this guy or eliminate him, and I don't want to jump up in there, so instead I'm jumping up. I'm jumping up instead of pushing up, like jumping up to give me clearance over these steps to shoot whoever the fuck is back there. But I did not have a good track of my ammo. I only had 2 shots left and I was unaware of that. So I shoot, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm out. Notice how quickly I dip. Right? And then this is beautiful. Like there's no way this dude is not full sending me. I mean, he is 100% gonna full send here. I'm cracked. I'm one shot. So what do? Buy some time. All right, this is exactly why you got to get away from anything other than Simtexes, really. I mean, frags is not an option. I mean, a Molotov would work here too. But you're not going to get kills with Molotovs. You're not going to get very often. You're not going to get sticks. Can't stick somebody with a Molotov. The Simtex is just the most versatile thing, in the arsenal. So by throwing this Simtex down, I buy myself the time I need, and it worked. Boom. I obviously don't get the kill here, but I also don't die, which is pretty miraculous. And unfortunately, I don't know exactly where I run, which route I take, but I most likely ran this way and jumped out of that window, and then either looped back to the left from there or tried to come around behind this guy. But I don't end up killing him here. But then in the next clip, what I've done is, this is right after that. So I probably ran out that window, came around. Now I'm like, okay, where's that dude? That Simtex obviously stopped him from coming down the stairs. So he must have went back upstairs because he didn't go out that way. So this is a perfect example of a flank. Now I'm coming up, and it's like, surprise. See what they're doing? They're still looking down the stairs. It's like people just... they're very often going to be looking at the last place that they saw you, rookie mistake. And like, I'm able to come in here, boom, boom, 2 downs. Notice I don't stick around. I don't even think I eliminated both of those guys. I got 2 downs, but I mean, I'm just, I'm staying focused, It's like these guys aren't going to have self-revive all the fucking time, It's like you got to feel comfortable downing people and just fucking let them be. Plus it just puts like so much pressure on their team because their team is going to try to be reviving this guy. So I've just really gotten into the habit of dropping them, and then maybe if it makes sense, I took an extra 2 shots right there and then decided, all right, I'm moving out. I need to reload a little bit. Oh, surprise. Boom, boom. So got a nice little surprise there at the end while I'm reloading, but I was able to cancel the reload and still finish him out, and thanks in large part to having that shotgun. I mean, like, the shotgun at point blank is just freaking insane, and that's floor loot. I don't know why. Maybe I don't have my loadout right now, or if maybe I got a 1 weapon loadout and just decided to use the shotgun floor loot for the second weapon.
All right, you got it.
Next one.
Snapshot on him. Down one out. Down another. West, that's west.
jump
He's in
right
here.
there.
He's in here, I think.
Bottom floor. Crashing down. Oh, he's down.
I'm down. I'm down. Yeah, get him.
Oh, team white, baby.
Yes! Oh my god.
All right. So a couple things. Let's see. One, I had just thrown a snapshot in. All right, because we saw that. I think we saw as we were running up, we saw the red smoke, so we knew they were getting loadout. And again, use what you have. Like I had a snapshot. Like I don't ever fucking use snapshots. I don't ever pick them up. Like I mean, I'll pick it up if it's the only thing that is there. Just because, like, why have an empty slot there? Like never have an empty slot when there's shit on the ground ever. All right, so I picked up the snapshot, and usually I don't ever like have a good point to use it, but we saw the smoke as we were running up. So before I started mantling this wall, I'd thrown the snapshot over and got a good hit to see two of them on the cart. And then I'm mantling this wall here. Notice that as I'm approaching these guys, I didn't run up around the side here. I didn't run around the other side. Now, I'm glad because like we need to be splitting up. So I see that the two of y'all had flanked right, which is great, and I'm moving left, two going right. What would have been a better play is one person go right, one person go left, and then one person go up. So I've got the up. But if you're say like first here, the first one, on the scene, or if you're doing this by yourself or whatever, like between those three options, this is the best option, because like I'm gonna have an elevated position. I can clear out this ammo room and make sure that there's nobody like underneath it, or do a decent job of making sure there's nobody underneath it. And then also have an elevated position on these fuckers, right? So this is, I feel like, the best route. But again, it's important that we're like splitting up and trying to freaking surround these guys. I mantle up.
Just hit a snapshot on him.
One out.
All right, I get it down. All right, boom. As soon as I get hit right there, all right, now I'm not like whipping around to try to ego challenge this guy and shoot back, like immediately duck to cover immediately. But I also didn't jump all the way down. I just came and laid behind this wall right here, played it back up, and got right back into the action. I jumped over to the top of this little stair right here. This is one of my favorite places. I'm gonna have more videos right here. Like this spot, we're in construction all the time. Like we need to know, what are the power spots, and like both rooms, like holding this corner of the stair in either of the rooms, but this room even more so, and I can explain why, but you have less exposure from the hill. I don't think people can jump in from the hill, whereas if you're in the other room, people can mantle over the top coming from behind me right now. So by holding this spot, it gives me a lot of options because I can poke my head up right over here. I can make sure that nobody's coming here, and I use this column right here for cover all the time.
He's in here, I think.
Bottom floor. Crashing down.
All right, I downed that guy, but this is really what I wanted to focus on here. So it's like I downed this guy. As I'm jumping, okay, I'm scanning because it's like, all right, I know I've got this guy down, and like, yeah, I am running over there. That's my first thought right now is run over there and get the finish, which it shouldn't necessarily been. Like, I don't think I should have reacted that quickly to go for that, to just jump down. Like, I've got a power spot up here, and then like as soon as I down him, I'm just jumping off of my power perch, that's probably not the smartest. I think I should have had a little bit of a break right there. But as I'm freaking in the air, like I'm noticing what's going on. It's like, I'm not just laser focused on this dude that all he can do is freaking crawl around. Instead, I'm looking up here at my mini map. And as soon as I look at the mini map, I can see that, oh my God, there's a red dot right freaking beside me. So I'm going to, do this 180 spin in the air. Like, where the fuck is this guy? And then I see him. Seamlessly switch to the shotgun because as I'm in the air, it's like as soon as I land, I see him in my peripheral here. It's like, okay, this is a shotgun fight now, especially because I'm got a half a clip here, which is plenty enough to finish him. But like the shotgun is just going to be more powerful at this range right here. Now, if he gets any farther from me than this, then I would say that the shotgun is not the better weapon. But at this range or closer, I'd rather have the shotgun. So I switched to it. Luckily, he kind of runs even towards me. Boom. And, get the team wipe, saved Wes. But, Corey was able to get his revive off because he had been down right here. And, and it's all because of just the situational awareness. It's like as I'm in the air up here, if I had just been focusing more on going and finishing this guy, like, that guy right here could have easily taken down Wes because it sounded like Wes was in some serious trouble. And, the whole thing could have played off differently.
Team white, baby.
Yes! Oh my god.
All right, a couple more.
Down one.
All right, I just hit a snapshot on him.
Wait, that's the same one I just did? Okay, sorry. All right, here we go. Oh, I like this one.
One right above you.
Oh, he got me, don't come. Motherfucker. Oh, you were already down? Man, fuck.
All right. I love that one. So I'm running up. Obviously, I don't have my loadout. Like I'm right now. I'm planning on hitting this loadie. Corey's dropping in on the loadie. All right. As I'm doing that, boom! I just caught a guy out the corner of my eye to the left, and that's the call out that I make. Is I see that this guy is probably going for his loadout, and that's gonna suck because he's gonna get his loadout, have all of his weapons. Corey's getting his loadout, and this guy's right above him. So that's the first call out I say, and I wish I had like. That's why we need to work on our communique because, like, I wish I had some kind of more accurate thing to say, but I was just saying, there's a guy above you or, above us.
All right, one right above you.
All right. But then all of a sudden I noticed it wasn't even that guy that killed Corey. Like, I just freaking turn to the right, see these bullets coming at him. Right. And it's like, okay. But notice, like, first thing, there's two guys shooting in the same direction at Corey. They have basically no idea that I'm here, right? If I start shooting this guy first, right, he's going to then just stop shooting at Corey and lock on to me and I'm dead, So it's like it was a conscious decision here to shoot the person in the back first and then shoot the person in front. And then, surprise, so I come here to get the thirst. Even as I'm thirsting this guy, I can't even see this motherfucker in the hoodie that's reviving him right there. I had no clue that guy was right there. So, I've got 9 bullets. I thought I was just coming down here to thirst this guy, so I was just going to finish my clip in him and melee if I had to, grab some ammo, grab some stuff, and reassess. But, lo and behold, there's this other guy. So I still get the thirst. Right, now what do I do here? I immediately, I know that I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo, and here we are, reset. So, I've got one advantage here, and that's that I'm up high. Other than that, he's got every advantage in the world. And Wes, also, you might want to, since you don't have that rose skin that me and Corey are looking, you might want to see if you have like this skin because it obviously has a similar effect, just being able to blend in and be into the shadows. So as I've got the elevation advantage, like I see, all right, I know there's a tree right here. Boom. So now notice what I do. I come and put myself behind this tree and I'm listening. I know that, it's either he's looping around down that way or he's pushing up this way. Right. And either way, I can use this tree to my advantage. And all I want to do is just get a freaking clip in, so I'm using this tree for cover and willing to rotate around it as I see him. Listening. I thought I heard steps over this way. Come in, easy finish, get my shit. 2.
Yeah, baby, 2 down, right there. One up the hill shooting at me.
All right, this one's short and sweet, and it's kind of the same topic as that tree I was just talking about. So, boom. All right, I'm mantle over this wall. All right, I had no idea those guys were there. I mantle over this wall. Boom. All right, now I know they're there, and they're looking at me. This is bad. This is really bad. So, like, what should be my move right now? Like, what is my move? Like, is my move to kind of stop here and try to aim at them and start shooting? Is my move to like try to stop here, turn around and lay down behind this wall that I just mantled? If I do that, then then I'm putting myself in a defensive posture that's hard to defend against two people. I'm gonna have to basically be laying down, so I'm not mobile. Like this is just a death trap, So, and if I stay here and just try to ego challenge the two of them, I don't have an extended clip. I've got 25 bullets. Like also, that's just a freaking death wish. So I push forward. I use this wall. Notice how I'm using this wall. Right, boom, boom. I take a couple shots, right, boom. But then I'm using this wall now. I am not panicking. I am not shooting my gun yet, right? I am just using this wall. And from here, I've got two options, right? I can either jump out right or jump out left. So it's a nice 50-50 game. I get to play with him. I decide that. I go for the jump left. And I think there's an argument for both. Because he's probably expecting me to jump that way. So like I think there's definitely an argument for stopping here and then jumping out to the right. But for whatever reason here, I jump out to the left. Boom. Again, notice how I'm jumping out, clearing any line of fire. So even if he did happen to be pre-aiming right here, I'm trying to jump past that so that he then has to readjust his aim, And then I get extra lucky that they line up in a line for me, which is just bad positioning for them, like they're huddled way too close. As soon as they saw me, they should have definitely been trying to generate some space and move around. One of those guys should have jumped over that wall. He would have had some cover too and been able to come around something, but like they just, line up like some dominoes. Now, while I'm reloading, notice I'm reloading, and what am I doing? I move back to this pole. So because like I can use this as cover. So every little bit, like while I'm reloading, I've now moved back over to this thing, right? But while I'm reloading, notice how I'm scanning the horizon. Where are these guys at? Where's the rest of them? I'm using this wall, but I'm also kind of looking around. Notice that little peek to the left room. Is anybody coming out of there? And I do thirst one, but then as soon as I get shot, this guy right here, as soon as I get shot, I just, stop thirsting and have to jump to the closest cover. And where is your closest cover? Like if I ran all the way up to this wall, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like, he's got a clear line of shot on me. It's like, I'm going to have to get at least like probably here before the wall gives me adequate cover. If I just try to, stop shooting him and just lock up onto him and shoot back, like I'm going to lose that fight too. So I immediately get to the closest cover available. And then knowing that if I just sit right here, it's way too easy. Once I'm right here, it's way too easy for him to loop around this way. He could loop around the other way. Like, he's got the options. I have less options if I just stay right here, and I would love to get this plate in, but much more importantly, I need to get some ammo in. I've got 3 bullets. And that's why I decided to reposition yet again right over here, because now it's a little bit harder. If he rounds this corner, he's probably not necessarily going to, clear this itty bitty corner that I'm in right now. It's going to be harder for him to clear that as he runs around. And if he runs around this way, he might think I had ran any of these other directions. So it's like if he's pushing, I have an easy way to now I've got the options. Okay, boom. Next one, last one. This one's quick.
Right here.
I'm down.
Give me. Oh, dude.
Well, we were in a fierce battle here. I'm running around like nuts. Okay. Now it sucks because as I as I cleared the into this room, as I bust into here, I'm already, I don't have any extra plates. I have 3 bullets, and unfortunately, I'm shooting at this dead corpse on the ground, right? Because I got confused. I'm shooting at him, thinking that he was down and not out, and I've wasted more ammo. I'm down to 3 bullets. Now I catch a glimpse of that guy, right? As I'm doing this, I catch a glimpse of this guy. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's moving in this direction, right? Moving to my left. So it's like he could beeline it into this window. He could run around the corner and come into the door that back here that I just came in. So I decide to beeline it to that room over there to the right.
Right here.
And my goal here is to just get into this room, get some ammo in. I'm not even going to freaking plate because look at all this action that's going on. I'm just going to get some freaking ammo in my gun and get back into this fight. But as I'm running into this room, I see this guy hiding in the corner back here, who looks like he's finishing up a plating animation. And also notice how I clear this room. As I come into this room, I kind of do a like half moon semicircle this way back into that room, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to kind of clear this corner of this room. Also, like, I'm going to use this open door to try to peek and see what's going on outside of that door as I'm getting into my ammo position. Right? Look at how much information I just got right here. As I'm looping around, it's like boom, I've just cleared all of that we just saw right through the door. But surprise, surprise, here's this guy finishing up his ammo and his plate animation. So I get into my spot. I know I only have 3 bullets because that's why I'm running in here into the first place, right? I get into this spot. Now I just stop for just a second. And I remember thinking, like, what am I going to do right now? It's like, obviously you have like a fraction of a second to try to decide this. And, I feel like, do I go for a reload and then pop out from this door? Do I just screw the reload and then just sprint through the door and out of it, breaking those angles? Because if I go out this door and then loop around that way, it's going to take him some time to go from here to come around the door and then get to me, and that gives me time to beeline through the door and then maybe jump in through a window, come back through this door, and be playing a cat and mouse game with him. But while I'm playing that game, I'm going to have to be getting a reload in, and I don't have full plates here, and I have 1 extra on me, and he just finished plating, so I just feel like I'm going to be at a huge disadvantage. So I decide my best play is to try to, what I was going to do is I was going to just bust through this door towards him, just kind of walk through it and try to put the 3 shots in his head or chest and go for a melee and hope that does it. He actually comes to me though, and boom, easy peasy. Now I'm able to, now I'm in the game. I'm able to pick up that satchel. I had 1 plate before, so from here I'm in the game. I got everything that I need to be back in it. Cool. Hope that was helpful.